Hello.
Gokul, you can start the program. Resource person is already there. You can start the program.
As Swami Vivekananda once said, I quote, all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Unquote. Very good afternoon, one and all. I, Arun Kumar, Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce, feel exceptionally lucky to extend you all a very warm welcome on behalf of SSMRV College for Day 5 session of the 7-day webinar on NAAC. Today's topic of discussion would be on Criteria 4 and Criteria 5. Criteria 4, that is infrastructure and learning resources, and Criteria 5, student support and progression. I welcome all with great belief that the session will be informative as intended. Dear participants, if you wish to ask any questions, please use the chat box. Now, I would like to request Mr. Sanket Diwan, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, to introduce today's resource person, Dr. S. Sreenivasa, Deputy Advisor, NAAC, to the gathering. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. It is my utmost pleasure to welcome today's resource person, Dr. S. Sreenivasa, Deputy Advisor, NAAC. Sir currently work as an Associate Professor, Department of Studies and Research in Organic Chemistry, Tumkur University. Sir served as a selection grade lecturer, Government Science College, Tumkur. He also worked as a lecturer at PPC Government Science College. Sir was assistant professor at NGSM Institute of Pharmacy. He has also served as Doctor of Science, Organic Chemistry, Tumkur University. He's been awarded with PhD, Organic Chemistry, Mangalore University, Vida. He is awarded with MPhil, Mangalore University, MSc in Mysore University, and he has an abundant experience in teaching and research around a decade or more than that. Sir also served as a guide for 9 PhD students and 8 MPhil students. He worked as Google Scholar Citation Index on synthetic chemistry, drug designing, crystallography for 862 citations, H index and 14 and I-10 index of 21. Sir also presented and published papers at various international and national forums. He completed various research products from various universities. I welcome you, sir, for the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanket, for a nice introduction. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizer for giving me an opportunity to give some of the ideas about NAAC assessment and accreditation process. Sure. I hope you have been told about the NAAC assessment process. Is it visible? Second,
Yes,
is
sir.
it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. As you are all aware about NAC process, okay, slides are moving. Second, slides
Yes,
are
sir.
moving.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, right, because I can't see. Just I would like to share a few things about the NAC assessment. See, when an institution come for A&A process, definitely there will be a talk in the department, or people may say that what is the benefit of NAC A&A process. See, when you come for NAC A&A process, the institution, after the assessment and accreditation process, institution is going to get a report which is written by peer team members. Peer team member is a group of eminent personalities, vice chancellor, directors of different institutions, professors, dean of faculties. Okay, that peer team will visit the institution and they will give you a assessment report which contain strength of the institution, weakness, what are the opportunities of the opportunities you are having, and the challenges you are facing in the future. All this information will be given to the institution apart from a grade sheet. Definitely, you are going to get a grade sheet where criteria wise scores will be given, and also in the portal, if you go through the portal, in that portal you will get the scores for each metric, how much score you got it, whether you got full marks or less, zero, whatever it may be. And many bar graphs, radar graphs, so many information will be given to the institution. That information definitely helps the institution to know about the strength, weakness, opportunities and challenges, which in turn helps the institution to plan for future development. This entire process, when you come for NAC A&A process, okay, that will initiate innovative and modern method of pedagogy in the department, and it increases collegiality among the staff members and the management staff. Okay, everybody will be involved in the process. Apart from that, okay, funding agencies, employers, employee, okay, and the stakeholders, parents, everybody will look at the grade of the institution. What is the grade of the institution? That clearly gives an idea about the institution. And whatever the SSR you are supplying to NAC for the assessment, the same SSR after the A&A process will be hosted on the NAC website. So all the SSR are available in the NAC website, and we insist that institution also to host that SSR on their institutional website. Okay, so what is the use of this SSR? When you want to know about an institution, you just visit to the NAC website, download the SSR. If it is accredited, then you go through that SSR. You will be knowing how many departments are there, what is their publication, what is their research area, right? What is the fund they are generating, and how much fund they are using, what are the areas of important research is going on, innovation is going on, all the information will be available. When you want to admit your son or a daughter to an institution, instead of asking somebody, you can go through the SSR to get lot of information. Apart from these things, many foreign universities, if a boy or a girl moves from India to make to study abroad, our BSc or BA program, degree program, are a 3-year program, whereas outside India, most of the countries 4-year degree program is there. So a boy or girl want to do his MS program, he has to do one additional extra 1-year program to join the MS program. But nowadays, this NAC is recognized by international accrediting agencies also. Therefore, if a boy or a girl moves from a college which is having A plus or A double plus grade, then there is no need to take up this 1 year extra program. Therefore, they can directly join for a master degree program. So these are the few benefits are there. And as you all know, we use 7 criterias and sub questions are 32. In that, 21 are qualitative and 34 are quantitative in nature. Totally, there are 55 questions are there in the revised manual. Okay, I'm going to discuss, but the marks is 1,000 only. Okay, right. Here we have merged many of the things in the revised manual. This is the process. Just I want to put one word. Okay, HA has to register in the NAAC portal. So this is what we generally insist for all the institution. Whether you are ready to come for NAAC assessment or not, just register in the NAAC portal using Aisha ID, okay, your affiliation letter, very small information will be asked during the registration. Once you register in the NAAC portal, right, you can ask a question to the NAAC through the portal. IMS you can raise, and that IMS will be answered within 24 hours, right? Like this, you will have an interaction with the NAAC. And if you are ready, then you can submit your IAQA. IAQA will be verified and the coordinator will ask some questions and then you will accept the IAQA. Once the IAQA is accepted, then 45 days time is there for the submission of self-study report and you will submit the self-study report. All the criteria, questions, everything has to be filled, all those things has to be done. On the 45th day at 12 in the night, automatically your SSR will get submitted. Therefore, when you want to submit your SSR, you want to come for E&A process, we suggest you to submit the IAQA when your SSR is at least 50% is ready. Prepare your SSR. Once it is 50% you are satisfied, then only you submit the IAQA. Because if IAQA is accepted, then you will be left with only 45 days time, and that 45 days are not sufficient to prepare the SSR. That is our general observation. And once the SSR is submitted, the SSR will be sent to an external agency that is called Data Verification and Validation Agency. This is an external agency. That external agency will go through your SSR. You will try to understand what are the things you have given and you will verify all the documents. Based on the documentary evidences, the DVV partner can accept the values or he can make the changes for that values and he will give comment and he will ask some question. If you are able to clarify those doubts within stipulated time, time is there. In that particular time interval, if you give all the sufficient document, then that is again verified by the DVV partner and he will make the changes in the value. So this DVV process is one time questions will be asked by the DVV partner. So therefore the institution must be very careful. Once you submit the SSR, you have to check the portal regularly for the questions. Once the questions arises, you will have only 7 days to give the answer. If you don't give the answer, again based on the whatever the data is there, he is going to evaluate your SSR. And at the same time, one more process will start that is called student satisfaction survey. For this student satisfaction survey in criteria 2, some they might have discussed this one. Here you will be giving the email ID of the student. That much only I will say. Based on the data which is given in the Excel sheet, email IDs will be given. 30% of the students will be sent an email where that email contains 21 questions about your institution. 20 questions are objective in nature. One question is subjective, where student will write about the institution. All the things will be put together, combined. Will take out a summary of that one, and that will be given to the peer team member who are visiting your institution, and they will check all those things, and they, again they will give the marks for that. Okay, pre-qualifier. If the institution, this is a new concept which is introduced by NAAC in the revised A&A framework. Here, the institution has to get 25 percentage. See, 700 marks is for SSR verification and validation, and 300 is for peer team visit. For this, out of the 700, you have to get 25% mark. Then we say that the institution is pre-qualified. Once it is pre-qualified, then you will be in the portal, through the portal only, you will be giving 3 dates for the visit for an institution or 2 days for colleges, right? Then based on the dates given, a peer team will be constituted. See, NAAC is having a big database of around 6,000 assessors. They are all trained assessors. We call them as trained. We give training to the assessors. And your assessors will be selected on the basis of the subject, okay, on the subject which are offered in the institution. The subject expert in arts, science, commerce, okay, 3 members. If the institution is having arts, science, commerce, one person may be from arts, another may be science, another person may be commerce. A group of 3-member committee will be formed for colleges. If it is a university, based on the number of departments, the size of the peer team group will increases, right? It may be 7 to 10 or 14 member peer team group will be there, depending upon the size of the university. That is the departments, number of department. This peer team member selection is also done by the system. It is a system generated. So nowhere your registration, IAQA submission, SSR submission, DVV, okay, pre-qualification intimation, peer team dates giving, everything is through the portal only. There is no interaction between any person from the NAAC to the higher education institution. Nobody will call you, nobody will ask you any information. Everything will be done through the portal. And this peer team will visit your institution and they will give the score. And these 2 scores, that is DBV score plus peer team score, will be getting a score. And as I told in the beginning, a report also will be given by the peer team members. Okay, is it clear? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I can see only my slides only. That is the problem. Okay, I cannot write. In the SSR, there are 2 parts are there. One is extended profile, and the rest is questions will be there, metric wise question. In the extended profile, the first question is number of students year wise during the last 5 years. See here, automatically the year will be selected by the system. 22, 23, right? 23, 22, 22, 21, 21, 20, right? 20, 19, 19, 18. Okay, that is the year will be appearing in this year portal. And you have to give the numbers in this system, right? Many a times we receive one question, sir, we have prepared the AQR for the year 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, and now you want to submit the IAQA. See, based on the IAQA, date of submission of IAQA and acceptance of IAQA, this manual will be opened for the institution. If your institution is an undergraduate college, undergraduate UG manual will be opened. If it is a PG college, PG manual will be opened. And the year, dates, whichever the capturing year will be there now, that is based on the date of acceptance of your IAQA. So if you submit your IAQA in 23, so 23, 22, like that it goes on for the previous 5 years, not based on the AQR what you have prepared. So that should be kept in mind. So once you submit your AQA, right, and based on the previous 5 year we are asking the data. You should be able to provide the previous 5-year data. Here, number of students year-wise he has asked. 21, 22. Let us say 21, 22. How many students are there? You just give the number of students. Number of full-time teachers during the last 5 years. How many teachers are there? Here, there is an upload option is there. Institutional data in the prescribed format. There is a format is there, teacher name, all those things are there, and you can give that one. And a supporting document, you can give the appointment letter as a supporting document in this extended profile also. Number of full-time teachers. How many teachers are there in the last 5 years? Okay, many may be added, some may be retired, or some may be left the institution. Each year you will have different number of teachers that can be given. Expenditure excluding salary for the last 5 years. 5 years. How much money spent by the institution for infrastructure development, infrastructure augmentation, library, research, all that excluding salary has to be given in lakhs. It is in lakhs, 200 lakhs. If it is 2 crores, it is whatever the value is, then it has to be given in lakhs. So while giving the number, you see what the value they are asking, it is in lakhs. So in lakhs only you have to give. Okay, so these are very important values, because whatever the values you are giving in the extended profile will become the denominator. They will become the denominator for calculation. So that's why when you are filling the extended profile, one should be very careful. Don't give more value or less value, because each value is linked to one another. Number of teacher, number of students. Student teacher ratio it will come. Mentor mentee ratio it will come. Salary and expenditure. Number of students and expenditure. Number of teacher, expenditure. What is the size of the institution? How much you are spending? Like that. So many questions are interlinked, and these values will become the base. They will become the denominator for the calculation. Okay, so I have to discuss about criteria 4. Straight away, I will move on to criteria 4. Actually, I was supposed to discuss on research and innovation. Saturday, since I was not here, okay, my friend Sham Singh Inda has discussed about research and innovation. No problem. I will move on to directly criteria 4. Infrastructure and learning resource. So any metric, when you go through any metric, any criteria, okay, each criteria will have some value. The weightage for this criteria is 100. Okay, 100 into 4, the marks is 400. So for this, 400 mark is there. In criteria 4, infrastructure and learning resource, okay, here what we are checking is adequacy and optimal use of facilities available in the institution, whether they are essential to maintain the quality of academic and other programs on the campus. So this is what we are going to check, whether what are the facilities you are having, whether they are useful to the students, whether you are able to maintain the academic standard. It also requires the information on how every constituent of the institution, student, teacher, staff, benefit from these things. Okay, here physical facilities, library as a learning resource, IT infrastructure, maintenance of campus in infrastructure. These are the 4 things we are concentrating. Physical facilities may include the building, classroom, facilities like table, chair, all those things are essential. And library is one of the important part of any education system. So what are the facilities provided by the library apart from the circulation of the books are very, very important. Whether the librarian is competent enough to provide the data for research, whether he has updated the library, and how many students are visiting the library, how many teachers are using the library, how much percentage of library utilization has been done, what is the footfall in the library for a particular period, all those things are essential. IT infrastructure. Okay, information technology. So, just mere use of LED projector for teaching the student is not at all sufficient. Is not at all sufficient. is just a part of IT, right? So how the information technology is used by the institution for teaching learning process, that has to be documented. Maintenance of campus infrastructure, how much money is used, okay, how much benefits you are getting out of it, all those things will be verified in this metric. Maintenance. Having adequate infrastructure is not enough for effective institutional functioning, but regular maintenance and periodic replenishment of infrastructure is essential. It is necessary that the institution has sufficient resource allocated for regular upkeep of the infrastructure like instruments, etc., and there are an effective mechanism for upkeeping of the infrastructure facilities and promote the optimal use of the same. The usage is also very very important, because many a times instruments will be there worth about 2 crores 3 crore, one instrument, okay, XRD machine or something like that, worth about 1 crore will be there, and the person who is in charge of it, who is the principal investigator, will be using that instrument. And how many samples you will record per day? One sample, okay, monthly 30 samples you can record. If you exclude Saturday, Sunday, holidays and all those things, maybe 20 samples you can record. 20 samples, if you send it to some institution, per sample it may be 1,000 rupees, it may be 20,000 rupees only, okay. Here for that maintenance of the instrument you will be spending a lot of money. Annual aims will be there, electric charge, you know, all those things will be there. Therefore, how that machine is utilized by everyone, to what extent it is used, all those things are important. Apart from what is the research is generated, what is the number of papers are developed by that, all those things will be considered in this infrastructure and learning resources. Here in this 4.1 physical facilities, see the weightage for physical facilities 30, library 20, infrastructure, IT infrastructure is 30, then maintenance of campus infrastructure is 20. So 30 into 4, 20 into 4, 30 into 4, 20 into 4 are put together. This is 100 into 4. That's what I told. 400 is the mark. So this is what we are given is called as, this is called as it is weightage. We call it as weightage. 30 is the weightage, and the score for this based on your answer, you may get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you get 0, if your answer is not satisfying, then you will get 0. 0 into 30, the score will become 0. So institution will get 0. Don't think that anything multiplied by 0 is possible. Therefore, the institution will get very, very less marks also. Now I will come to directly to the criteria 4.1. Here, this is the metric number. There is a metric number is a 4.1.1. This is a qualitative metric with weightage 20. Qualitative metric with the weightage 20. See, you may be knowing this is one is qualitative metric, the other one is quantitative metric. Anything? Okay. In qualitative metric, the institution is going to write about the metric in 500 or 1000 words. Word restriction is that. Based on that, you have to give your answer. Here, availability of adequate infrastructure and physical facilities, classrooms, laboratories, ICT facility, cultural activity, gymnasium, yoga center, etc. in the institution. So you will be writing 500 to 1000 word, okay, about the physical facilities available. Wonderful. Here you can upload some documents also, link for additional document, any additional information. What are the facilities available in the institution? You can make a list of it and you can upload that list. To support this document, what you have given, right? You can give the photographs of all the facilities, or videography can be given here as a supporting document. You can upload whatever the data available with you in your institutional portal. Better to upload the things in the institutional portal and give the link here, so that when we click on this will go to your institution portal, and in the portal it will be opened. I can see that documents and I can verify. Okay. However, this is a qualitative metric. This is not valued by the DVV partner. This qualitative metric will be verified and evaluated by the peer team members when they are visiting your institution. Before coming to your institution, here they will be checking. This SSR will go to the member coordinator and chairman of the peer team. They will go through your SSR, they will check the SSR, they will see how much authentic it is, and they will prepare the questions, what questions to be asked, all those things, with even with a report, draft report, they will make the everything they will prepare, and they will visit your institution, right? This is verified by the by the peer team member. Okay, next question is 4.1.2. Percentage of expenditure excluding salary for infrastructure augmentation during the last 5 years. So here you will be giving percentage of expenditure. Okay, data template is there. In the data template, you will be giving the numbers in INR ranks. Okay, here, how much money is spent, the numbers you are given. For that, I need some supporting document. What document you can give? So you can give as audited statement, right? Audited statement can be given as a supporting document. Before that audited statement, there should be a budget allocation. One should have done a budgetary allocation. So you can give budget allocation, then the audited statement, that will complete the documentation process. Link for additional document. Any other additional documents are there? As I told, budget, a copy of the budget, okay, how you have allocated the amount, what is the amount can be spent for this purpose, that purpose, all those things can be done, that can be given. And the expenditure audited statement can be given, and statement from the principal or head of the institution who can also give a statement. So such document can be uploaded in this place, and this will be verified by the DVV partner. If DVV partner feels that the values given are not matching, then you will ask a question. Then you have to give some more supporting document to get the scores. Library as a learning resource. Again, this is a qualitative metric. See, library as a learning resource. Here, library is automated using integrated library management system. Is it done? Yes, it is done. Wonderful. But how far it is used, how it is used, why it is used, to what extent it is used, what is the output from the learning, all that information has to be written in this qualitative metric. Simply we will say that it is automated, 100% automation done. That will not serve the purpose. But here you have to give an explanation. Explanation stating that your library is automated and it is used by the students and staff member extensively, all those things. Subscription to e-resource, amount spent on purchase of books, journals, and per day usage of library, all this information has to be discussed here in this qualitative metric. See, he is asking lot of information. Subscription letter, okay, for e-resources, amount spent on purchase of books, bills, audited statement, and as I told, budgetary allocation, journals, for books and journals, how many books and journals are purchased, how you are using the library, all that has to be provided in the additional documents. Per day usage of library, how many students and staff members are visiting your library, that library catalog book catalog or entry book can be xeroxed and can be uploaded in the documentary section. So these are the documents to be given. But again, this is a qualitative metric and it is verified, and the questions will be asked to the librarian by the peer team members, how you have improved the library, and what are the benefits you are giving to the staff and student. All that questions will be raised. 4.3 IT infrastructure. 4.3.1, again this is a qualitative metric. Institution frequently updates its IT facilities and provides sufficient bandwidth for internet connection. What is the bandwidth and all those things? You can give the documents for the purchase of the bandwidth, that is internet facility you are giving, and how it is used. You can give the link to the your website. All those things can be done. Okay. Institution frequently updates its IT facilities. Whether you are having a provision for improvement of the IT facilities, any committees are there, any recommendations you are taking, anybody is recommending for this improvement, all those things are to be informed in the all those things should be informed in this qualitative metric, right? So institutional IT facilities and bandwidth, all those data has to be given. Next metric is a quantitative metric. Here in this quantitative metric we are asking student computer ratio. Okay. Data for the last completed academic year has to be given. Okay. Already you have given the number of students. Here we are asking for the number of computers only. So in the data template, if you open number of computers are there, you just give the number of computer. Automatically it calculates student computer ratio, because in the extended profile you have given the number of students. From there we fetch the data and it will calculate the number of students and computer ratio. Like that it goes on. Okay, maintenance of campus infrastructure. See, maintenance is very, very important. Annual maintenance, AMCs are needed, right? AMC, annual maintenance contracts are needed. How it is done, all those things will be verified during the peer team visit. Here, in this question, this is a quantitative metric. Here we are asking percentage of expenditure incurred on maintenance of infrastructure. How much amount is spent for the maintenance of infrastructure? So only for the maintenance of infrastructure you have to give total amount spent excluding salary. We have already collected in the extended profile. That will become the denominator, and we will calculate the percentage of the expenditure only for maintenance of physical and academic support facilities. Physical and academic support facilities excluding salary. So you have to leave salary. Excluding salary, how much you are spending, that details has to be given in the information. And additional information, that is budget, then the auditor statement, okay, any bills are there, etc. All those things has to be given as a supporting document. So based on your the data whatever you are giving, so it will be evaluated, the number will be accepted or rejected. See, these are called as data templates. In each metric you will come across with the data template where you will be giving the information. See, 4.1.2 percentage of expenditure excluding salary, this was the question. Okay, year 1920, budget allocated for infrastructure augmentation. How much budget? So that's why I'm telling budget allocation is important. 200 lakhs, let us say 200 lakh. Out of 200 lakh, infrastructure expenditure done is 180 lakhs. Expenditure on maintenance of infrastructure, all like that. Each is there, total has to be given. For each year you have to give the bifurcation. Here you are not giving the supporting document, but there is a provision for supporting document in each metric. There you have to give seal and signed sufficient suitable document for the verification of the values given by you here. So let us say that here you are given some number like 400 lakhs. Okay, 1670. So there are 20 pages are there. Okay, nobody will go through all the pages and come out with a value of 400 lakhs. So better you highlight the parts which are to be considered, which are to be counted. You highlight using a color and put a in the last page you can make all the sum of that, show that it is 400 lakhs. So that means If you give the document properly, the person who is evaluating that will verify and validate the values easily. Okay, here we have given what are the documents we given also. Standard operating procedure, SOP is there. When you download a manual, along with SOP will be there, standard operating procedure. In that standard operating procedure, it is clearly mentioned that provide the consolidated fund allocation towards the infrastructure augmentation. Then highlight the relevant items in the audited income certificate. So if you highlight it, the other person who is checking will do it easily. Otherwise, sometimes you will count four values instead of 10 values you might have given. You will count four values and you will say that instead of 400 lakhs, you may say that it is 250 lakhs. Okay, a loss will be for the institution. Therefore, when you give the data, when you give the documents, make sure that it is legible, understandable, easy to understand, easy to read, easy to calculate. So all that information, whichever you want to give, you have to give properly. Don't think that the other person, let that fellow sitting there, let him do it. You will do some mistake. Okay, that cannot be rectified afterwards. Once it is done, then the value will be carried forward and the institution will be at the loser end. Therefore, better you give the document properly to get good score. Number of computers available for the student use only to be provided. Institution may have 400 computers, 100 may be for some external examination purpose or something like that. They are not given to the students, okay? And some laptops are given to the staff members, they cannot be used by the student. Those things cannot be considered. Bills for purchase of computer to be provided. Highlight the entries. Okay, highlight the entries of computers purchased in the stock register. Many a times we will give stock register as a supporting document. No problem. But in that stock register, if you want to give computer, highlight all the computers parts, because along with in the stock register, computer will be there, printer will be there, typewriter will be there, telephone will be there, mobile will be there. So many things is there, right? If you want to show only computer, highlight all the computer part so that he can calculate the number of computers easily. Percentage of expenditure incurred on maintenance. See, there is a data template. Again, you fill this, provide the documents, suitable documents, then easy to evaluate the process. So, when you come across any question, in that question there will be a data template. It is fixed and you should not alter this data template. Very important thing is year is this year should be year only, second column is this one, third one is this one, fourth, fifth, sixth. Don't alter any of the columns, because all these values whichever you are filling in these values will be fetched by our system and it will calculate so many things, right? So therefore, don't alter the data template. First thing, if you change these to interchange it, then the value will go in a different way. Therefore, don't change any of the data template. Okay. Provide audited income and expenditure statement highlighting the items of expenditure. All those things can be given. Right. Next, criteria 5. Okay. Criteria 5 is for student support and progression. The total weightage for this criteria is 140, right, into 4, that is 560 marks is there for criteria 5. See, students are the very important component of our education system. Without student, we cannot survive. Okay. So therefore, what are the facilities provided to the students? How they are progressing to higher education? What, as a teacher, what we have done to achieve the standards among the students is very important. How flexible your system is, and what are the other facilities you are providing for their holistic development and progression. Okay, students performance and alumni profiles. Okay, all those things are very important, and these things gain lot of importance nowadays. Student support, student progression, student participation and activities, alumni engagement. These are the 4 parts which we cover in criteria 5. Support, as I told, support to the students is very very important. And facilities like guidance cell, student guidance cell for competitive examination, anything, a guidance cell is very very important. Prepare, you should have a guidance cell. Placement cell is the other one. Grievance redressal cell, welfare cell. Okay. Specially designed inputs are provided to the needy students with learning difficulties. Provision is made for bridged and value added courses in relevant areas. Institution has a well structured, organized guidance and counseling system in place. Students benefited through scholarship, freeship, and others. Okay, or to be identified by the HEAs, and they have to be reported here, and it has to be documented properly. All these things are very very essential. So different cells to be created, and the functioning of the cells to be documented. The functioning of the cells along with the minutes of the meeting, photographs of the meeting, facilities provided to the student, all those things are necessary. And for each program you need to have a separate documentation. That is very very important. Student progression to higher studies, okay, and getting jobs, all those things has to be maintained in the institution. Suitable good practice which effectively supports the student facility optimal progression. The institution provision facilities vertical movement of the student from one level to the education next higher level towards the gainful employment. Student qualifying state, national, international level of examination competition should be identified by the HEI. All these documents are necessary. Student participation and activities, the institution promotes inclusion practice for social justice and better stakeholder participation. The institution promotes value based education for the inculcating social responsibility and good citizenry among the students community. The institution has required infrastructure and promotes active participation of the students in social, culture, and leisure activities. Encourage student participating in activities, facilities, development of various skills. All those things are important. Alumni engagement is also very very important. A registered alumni is important one, and the contribution made by the registered alumni association for the development of the institution is the another thing. And how alumni are helping your institution, how they are guiding your students, their juniors, all those things are counted in this metric. Student support 50, right? Student progression 35, student participation and activities is the weightage is 45, alumni engagement is very less, it is only 10 is the weightage, 10 into 4 is 40 is the weightage. Okay, total is 140. Percentage of students benefited by scholarship and freeship. How many students got the government and non-government scholarship? So this document has to be provided. So portal, in the portal they were getting the scholarship, all those things, right? You give the link to the portal where the students, number of students are getting the scholarship. All those things to be. Capacity building and skill enhancement initiatives, soft skills, language skill, life skill like yoga, physical, ICT, computing skills, all these things will be necessary. So institution will conduct a lot of programs, but you see that the documentation should be done properly. Many a times institution will say that we have conducted 20 programs or 100 programs. Okay. Each day, one program they might have conducted, no doubt. How many students are participated is important. When you are conducted is important. Whether you are given wide publicity for that program is also important. Whether it is notified in the website of the institution is very very important. Then after that, some geotagged photographs for the invitation of the program, paper clippings, all those documents are necessary to get the claim for that. Let us assume that you have conducted 100 programs, okay, 100 programs on this, and your claim is 100. And you are given document for 80 documents you are given, right? So that means you are able to give only 80 documents. The person who is evaluating this quantitative metric, DVV partner, he will change the value to 80, right? Because he will say that you have given only 80 documents. Now you are having an option to change the value to 80 to 100, change the value, right? And in the box. There will be a box. Okay, answering box will be there. There you have to write that yes, I have given another remaining 20 programs list, that is data and their photographs, etc. Whatever is there, you give and claim for the 100. If you satisfied with other 20 documents, you will make the value to 100, or let's say that in that 20 documents, maybe 8 documents are correct. Now you will change the value to 88. Like that, the value will keep on changing. So only once it can be done. Okay. Let us say that number of staff members with PhD. In an institution, 150 staff members are there. Okay, all are with PhD. You are given in their department profile. They are given all those things. 150 staff members are having the PhD. Okay, but when you collect the documents, only 100 documents are there. Only 100 documents are there. What to do? So he will change the value to 100 only. Therefore, better whenever you are claiming a certain number, then you have to see that you will be able to provide all the documents. Otherwise, the values will be changed drastically. Okay, one more option is that let's say that in case of some universities, this happens where number of programs conducted by this university or something, like each department will conduct 20, 30 programs or 50 programs. Okay, for 5 years. When you take hundreds of departments, 100 into 5, it will be 5,000 or something like that. Huge data will be there, and they will give list of the programs with video link, that this and all will be given. Okay, and that time what happens, the DV partner will not be able to check all the 5,000 documents. Now he will ask specifically 10 programs, he will ask. Okay, in that 10 programs, let us say that you will have 10 datas. Okay, give the details of this program number 6, 20, 100, 150 or 500 or something like that. Only 10 documents he has asked. Now you have to give all that 10 documents which you have mentioned in the data template. Clear 10 documents are to be provided. Let us say that in that list you have given everything. When he asks specifically 10 programs, in that the institution is able to provide only 9 datas, even though they are given 5,000. Now out of 10, they are able to give only 9 documents. The one document is missing. Then what happens? The percentage of documents provided by the institution is 90%, not 100. So now it has 90%. So now what the DB partner will do, pro rata basis, he will check that 500 into 90%. 4,500. 90% of 5,000 is 4,500. Okay, you will change the value to 4,500 and you will write a comment that pro rata basis the institution has given only 90% of the document, therefore the value is changed to 4,500. See, only one document, you have missed one document, but the value has changed by 500 units. So this type of things can happen. Therefore, whenever you give document, should be very careful while providing the documents. Whatever you are having, you try to provide that, project it properly, demonstrate and put it in a nice way, in an impressive way, clearly, legibly. All those things are very important while providing the document. That is very important. Documentation is very important. Given this is the example where pro rata basis you can cancel the values. Percentage of students benefited by guidance of for competitive examination. Let us say that you are having a competitive cell. You have invited so many people from outside. They have guided your students, all those things. Many have taken the examination. How many students have taken the examination? How many are qualified? Where they are there? What is their certificates or appointment letters? All those information has to be provided here to get good score. The institution has a transparent mechanism for timely redressal of student grievances, including sexual harassment. So institutions should have different cells. Their functioning is necessary. Getting the complaint from the students can be manual or it can be done through the institutional portal. Also, you can get the complaint about a thing, and that has to be addressed. When how many days you are taking to address the issue, and what is the action taken, what is the outcome of that action, that all those things has to be documented, those things has to be given properly. Student progression, percentage of placement for outgoing students and student progression to higher education. So how many students are placed, okay, how many students have got the job, okay, all those things has to be given. Here percentage of student 5.2.2, percentage of students qualifying state and national jam exam, all those things are there. How many students are taking the examination and how many are qualified, collect the certificates of the students, and you can give the number of students. Only thing is, here you have to have a very good alumni base is necessary. Nowadays you can create WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group you'll be able to get some of the documents from the students. That can be done. 5.3.1, number of awards, medals for outstanding performance, sports, cultural activities, university, state level, national. Don't put the documents, okay, local, some running races there, some award, local awards and all those things, just to see that here we are asking minimum is university, state level, national and international level. Therefore minimum is inter-university program, okay, or intercollegiate program which is conducted by the university. And state level, there should be, if a state level program means at least a registered association has to conduct that program with Karnataka state registration number or something like that is there, then only that award will be counted. Otherwise, they won't count the award. Average number of sports and cultural programs in which students of institution participated. This is how many students participated, not from the institution. You can conduct the program, your student can participate. If somebody conducts, your student participate. All that information has to be given, and here again documentation to be given properly. Link for the each function, each program, photographs, award certificates. All those things has to be documented. Registered alumni association, as I told, is very important. And what is the amount, the financial contribution done by the registered alumni association for the development of institution, okay, is considered. Here we have in this revised metric, okay, reduced metric, other supporting services also we have added. Earlier it was not there. If they donate some books or water cooler, refrigerator, some instrument, something to the institution, that also you just refer and you mention it as worth about 2 lakhs or something like that they have donated. That has to be documented. It should be there in the register, stock register mein hona chahiye. All those things has to be done. Percentage of students benefited by scholarship. Data template is there. In this, you fill it, upload the sanction letter, year wise, bank letter, all those things can be given. Capacity building, how many programs you have done, right? All those things are there. Minutes of the meetings, okay? These things has to be given. Okay. So this is about the criteria 4 and 5. Okay. Now, I'm done, right? If you have any questions, you can ask. We'll have the discussion.
Thank you, sir, for that informative and wonderful session. Now the session is open for Q&A. Participants, request if you have any questions, we can have the questions for discussion.
92 participants are there.
Sir, there is a question from Suman Anjali. So the question is question number 5.3.2. Can you explain?
5.3.2. What is that question, sir? Can you? I just closed the
Yes, sir. Sure.
PPT. 1 second. I will open the PPT, sir. Just 5.3.2.
Sure, sir.
Mm, 5. 5.3 point.
Sir, I can read out the question for you.
Please.
1 minute. So it says 5.3.2 institution facilitates student representation and engagement in various administrative, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Student counts in industry representation on various bodies as per established process and norms. That's the question, sir.
No, what they want to know about this?
Madam, can you please unmute and ask the question so that it's more clear? Suman madam.
Hello, sir.
Madam, namaste. Tell me, madam.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to know what all should we include in that.
Sir, 5.3.2.
Yes, sir.
Actually, 5.3.2 is average number of sports and cultural program in which students of the institution participated during the last 5 years is there.
No, sir. I'm just sending it to you. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Institution for student representation in various administrative, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So I've just put it in the chat box.
Okay. PLM, institution facilitates student representation and engagement in various administrative, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Wonderful. Okay. See, for example, curricular activity, right? We will be having board of studies. Then in board of studies, okay, student participation we are expecting, because what students want to learn. But here in this, a student who is studying in that particular semester will not be able to decide what is necessary. Hello?
Participants, please do not unmute yourself. You'll be disturbing the session. Thank you.
For that, you can have alumni, right? Those alumni can give feedback about the syllabus, and based on that feedback, you can prepare the notes and what are the points to be covered, what are the things to be included in the syllabus, and other things can be done. So, alumni person who has passed out of your institution can be included in the board of studies, and like that you can facilitate the students representatives in academic activity. In curriculum designing, see, many a times we get syllabus. Whatever the university gives is the syllabus, and the syllabus has to be converted into curriculum. What to be taught, how much, all those things has to be done. In when you want to design the curriculum, you can discuss with your students which part. In first semester, let us assume that they are studied about alkanes. Next, in the second semester, that is synthesis, they are studied. In this application, you can discuss. If they are studied the synthesis and application and all those things they are studied, spectral interpretation of those things can be included, whether they are needed by the industry. Based on the industrial requirement, you can modify your syllabus, you can add value to the syllabus, all those things can be done. In administration, see, directly these things means students will not come into the administration, all those things. Okay, whatever the committee you are having, maybe cultural committee, sports committee, purchase committee, ethical committee, in all the committee you try to include one or the other student participant, so that they will know how the institution will function, and they will give guidance also. Sometimes, many a times, students will be very active also. They will say that, sir, I know one person who can donate something to the institution. My wherever the PG owner is there, he is ready to sponsor some program for the students. Okay, I am staying somewhere near where a teacher is there who is he has come from abroad, and now he is free. He will be there for 1 month. He is ready to teach some Python language or something like that. You can bring someone, and that type of activities can take place, right? So allow the students at least come into your staff room, discuss with certain things, then they will definitely give you some ideas, better ideas will be given, and all these options to be kept open. That's all. Our intention is These are the places where you can include your students community. That's the thing. Okay, but how you will make them to work, that is left to you. Okay, simply adding into committee, that does not serve the purpose, but what contribution they have made, that is also very important. But to see that they will involve in that process and they will try to give some positive input into that, that is very, very important.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there is one question from Madam Hamsaveni. Ma'am, if you could unmute and ask, it's about audited reports.
To inform that I audited student additional information that okay, because it was match of AQR as audited statement will be for
Just trying to
financial.
understand your question.
Audited statement.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening, madam. Tell me, madam.
Okay. Sir, all these days we are including that audited statement as you told. But which won't match for the AQR, no, sir, as exactly because AQR will be asked for the academic year and this audited statement will be for financial year.
No, madam, here I want to make one more clarification. See, whenever you are giving any data in the AQR or SSR, there are different time frames to be considered. Okay, for the for the year, we will say assessment year 17 or 22-23. Let us say that assessment year 22-23, whatever the amount you are giving, okay.
Yeah.
Wherever amount comes, you give for financial year. That is
Yes, sir.
March to April.
April to March.
April to March, you give amount. Wherever amount is there, amount spent,
Yes,
amount received, whatever the deposit, all those things for the financial year you have to give. And
yes, sir.
Number of students, etc., number of faculty, right? These type of things related to academics. Wherever you feel that it's academic, then for the academic calendar, according to the calendar, you give those values.
Okay.
Because each university will have different academic calendar. Because of Corona nowadays,
Yes,
lot of
sir.
changes.
Yes, sir.
Like that, you give it, madam. And for publication, December to January.
Okay. But they'll ask for June, this time what, for 21-22, they have asked from June 2021 to August 2022. What all the purchases we made, like for books, e-books, anything, I have to show the whole details of that, no, sir?
Yeah, madam, for purchase, March, you only told no, April to March, that only. For
Yes,
that
sir.
year. For that academic year, April to March only you have to give. Anything after March you have purchased, that will go to next year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, madam. Sir, there's one question from Dr. Ravi Kumar. The question is, sir, faculty means full-time along with part-time, or is it just full-time faculty? Please clarify.
Okay. Ravi Kumar BV. See, that's why I'm telling. Sir, first you go through the manual. Download the manual. Okay, don't Google it. You go to the NAAC website. In the NAAC website, apply. One round red symbol is there. Apply. You click on that. Then different types of manuals will be opened. In that manual, in that only, whatever the manual you want, you just download it. Because our manuals, SOPs are changing regularly. If you go and get it, download it from Google. If you get it from Google, no, old version will be open. Many times people will say that 5.3.2 is something like that, sir. 5.1 is something like that. Then we will ask from where you got the manual. Because recent manual, whatever is there, that one has to be used. First thing. Second one, standard operating procedure is there. That also you use it. Then glossary section. In glossary section, we have given the definition of many of the words. Here, Ravi Kumar is asking full-time along with part-time faculty. Faculty means, okay, we never use the word full-time or part-time. Okay, because there are so many problems are there, therefore we use number of faculty member. So any faculty member who is working in your institution handling 90% of the workload, he will be taken as a faculty. Ravi Kumar, Godaitra.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Any faculty member who is working in your institution handling 90% of the workload can be taken as a permanent, as a faculty member. As a faculty member, we don't say permanent or part-time, whatever it will be, 90%. While giving the order, you see that you will be appointed for 90% of the workload. Then you can take it, because that person will count for the student teacher ratio. Also, it will be counted for the number of publication, salary, all those things will be counted, and he will be a denominator. He will be in the extended profile. The number will be in the extended profile. Therefore, you should be very careful while giving the data. See, in one incident happened, what we say, an institution, an old institution is there with 5,000 student strength is there. Okay, they have given only 10 faculty member, 10 faculty, because they thought that faculty means those who are getting UGC salary, that is sanctioned posts. Okay, they have only 10 sanctioned posts. The rest, for 5,000 students, they have appointed more than 100 of teachers as guest faculties and all those things. They are not given. So what happens in such case? The student teacher ratio, everything will go down. No? Then we told them, okay, then we told them, so this is not the way, right? You have to give whatever the teachers are working in your institution. That we have informed them. So like that, you have to take the number of faculties. Okay.
Sir, one question from Madam Shobha. What she says is, sir, is it necessary to create grievance redressal policy in the institution?
Is it necessary to create? Why, sir, this question?
Madam, can you, because she's having some problem with her mobile, she has sent the question to me.
Excuse me, sir.
Shobha, ma'am, I
am
think
I
you're
audible?
audible. Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yes, sir. It was asked actually that a grievance redressal policy has to be created. A policy has to be made. So, is it necessary for that policy, sir? In the
Madam,
institute?
when you want to create any cell, okay, you should know what are the works to be done, right?
Yes, sir,
So
of course.
there must be a clear cut vision, mission, goals, functioning of the grievance cell. What is your limitations? What you can do? All those things has to be written. For research also, one policy document is necessary, we say, because the institution should specifically say that, okay, any relaxation is for a teacher who is doing research work, right? Any 1 hour relaxation, anything, or laboratory, how much laboratory work you can take up, or whether they will provide some chemicals or anything like that. If institution is having a written policy document for any activity, that clearly it will be easy, the work will become easy for a person to take up the work. Otherwise what happens, you will be doing in your own way, afterwards somebody will come and you will say that no, this is not the correct, like that. Okay, so you just try to find out a suitable policy document from any of the institution. Okay, that's why I told all these SSRs are available on the NAAC website. You go through our NAAC website, you download an SSR of an institution having A++, there you will get a lot of information. Using that information, based on your requirement, you can make some changes. Okay, and if it is approved by your management and principal or competent authority, then you can act accordingly. Then nobody will say that why you are done like this, because there is a set of rules is there. You are following the rules to solve the grievance and other things, right?
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you,
teacher will
sir.
be safe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shobha, ma'am. Amar, sir, are you there? I couldn't
Tell me,
understand the
Gokul,
question.
sir.
Sir, please, good evening, sir. Please pose your question, sir.
Sir, there is in a 4.2.4, so we have number per day usage of library by teachers and students. So how can we Hello.
Sir, how can we?
Sir, how can we find out the data for it, sir? In the bracket, they will mention that footfalls and login data for online access.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, how can we maintain the document for teachers enrollment? We have the teacher signature which have been done. For students, what we want to do?
Sir, students when they enter, okay, you just keep same type of register for the student. They will enter, they will write their name, okay, in and out timings. They will record, they will put a signature. That will serve the purpose.
That's what we are doing, sir. Regarding any the footfalls, we can be system generated. We can do. I'm asking, sir.
System generated. Now RFID ID card, if you have issued, if a boy or a girl enter into your library, automatically it will record. In one of the institution I have seen, okay, they have put cameras, so the cameras will capture the face of the student. They will record. No need of showing any ID proof or something like that. Okay.
So for student ID card, only the access can be done, no, sir. That can be counted, right?
Sir, anything we will accept. Okay. Only thing we need some proper documentation. Documentation.
Okay.
This is how you are doing. Okay, wonderful, no problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amar sir. Sir, one question from Madam Parimala S. Sir, one question from Madam Parimala S. Can you please tell us what all the documents required to be uploaded from the grievance committee?
Sir, one is policy document, as Madam was discussing, policy document of the institution. Then constitution of the grievance redressal cell, notified by the head of the institution, principal. Then regular meeting notices. Then after meeting, you will be conducting some proceedings. Meeting proceedings are necessary. And nowadays you can take the photograph of the meeting which is happening with geotagged photographs. And let us assume that somebody is having a grievance against this one. They have given complaint. Okay, you take that complaint, call that person, you are conducting the meeting, then you are solving it, right? If it can be disclosed, you can disclose it. Otherwise, you can say that since it's a confidential, we are not disclosing it. That you can record it. You can take some solution for that. Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I think that's all we have the questions. Arun sir, over to you.
Sir. Yes, sir. So I'm sure the participants have been able to assimilate a great content with respect to criteria 4 and 5. I now request Vidya Madam to give the closing remarks and propose the vote of thanks. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, all. We have come to the end of a successful session on criteria 4, infrastructure and learning resources, and criteria 5, student support and progression. This resourceful session by Dr. S. Sreenivasa has given us immense insights about both the criteria. I'm sure all the participants had an enriching session. Now it's time to conclude the session with word of thanks. It's my pleasure to thank all the participants of today's session. On behalf of Shivananda Sharma Memorial RV College, I take this opportunity to thank our esteemed resource person of the day, Dr. S. Sreenivasa, Deputy Advisor, NAAC, for accepting our invitation amidst his busy schedule and rendering an informative session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. I thank principals, deans, academicians, and faculties from various universities and colleges across India who have joined us and were instrumental in successful completion of the session. I express my sincere gratitude to our respected principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir, who has always motivated us. I thank our Honorable Director, Dr. Geeta Madam, for her guidance. I thank our IQAC Coordinator and Head of Department of Commerce, Dr. M.S. Nagraj sir, for his constant support. I thank the Event Coordinator, Gokul sir, and all members of the organizing team.
I thank all the HODs, coordinators, and faculties who have contributed towards successful completion of the session. I also thank Raviraj sir for his technical support. I request the audience, the joinees to log in for tomorrow's session at 3:30 p.m. on criteria 6, governance, leadership and management, and criteria 7, institutional values and best practices. Resource person will be Dr. S. Madhukumar, a former advisor, NAAC, and external member IQAC SSMRV College. Feedback link is shared in the chat box. It will also be posted in the WhatsApp group. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, everyone.